Welcome everyone to yet another SDN Community Voices. My name is Felipe, and I'm happy to be back hosting yet another of this, our weekly touch point with you, the community, the members of the Service Design Network community, and also service designers in general. I'm excited to have with me today my fellow ambassadors and volunteers because we are just 1 week away from the Helsinki Service Design Global Conference. So we're going to talk a little bit about our excitement to be part of this and a little bit of the backstage action that is going on. So I invite my fellow colleagues to just talk a little bit about it. Hey, everyone.
Hi. Hi.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Thanks, Felipe, for starting us off.
Yeah. No worries. So what are your plans? What are you thinking? Like Helsinki's coming up. What have you ever been to Helsinki before? I'm going to start with that.
Never. This is my first time, for sure. So I'm not looking forward to being cold, but I am excited to be somewhere new and just be like absorbed in the service design community.
Yeah, I've never been as well. It's super exciting. I'm actually waiting on my visa, so anyone who books their tickets for next time, just know that you have to book in advance. So fingers crossed to me. But I'd be super excited. This is actually my first time even planning a trip to Europe, so looking forward to it.
Nice. I've been already in Finland, actually, Felipe. It happens a few years ago, visiting for design-related tasks. And that's why I'm very happy to come back to Finland and meet my colleagues and connect the service design network, putting a face to people I interacted throughout the world here as an ambassador, as well listening at the insights coming from the community.
Super nice. And I've been actually living in Finland for the past 4 years. It's my 5th year now. And right now I'm not in Finland, I'm in France, back at home. But yeah, I really like it, and I really invite you all to come. Don't worry, Caddy, it's gonna be not super cold right now. Like, I think the weather is more around 15 degrees, and it's super dry. It's not humid, so it won't get to you, like you won't die from cold. Don't worry at all.
I'm grateful to hear that.
Yeah, it might just be a little bit rainy if it's copying a little bit Swedish weather, but it should be still decently good enough to survive.
Definitely.
Yeah. And what are you most excited about the conference? Is there anything like in the programming, any keynote speakers or workshops that really caught your eye that you want to experience it?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think one of the ones I'm looking forward to the most is I'm reading this because I will make a mistake otherwise. I think it's really relatable because it's called When Service Design Was About to Have Zero Impact and What We Learned from It. And I apologize for the name pronunciation, but it's by Aino Makanen and Juha Matti Kosonen. So I think that one will be really interesting. How about you guys?
Yep, I'm totally down to listen, to watch the speech of Ino Makkonen, John Brizelli, and all the other fellows that we had the pleasure to interview in our community voices during the past month. It'd be so great to learn, as I said, their insights about service design.
Amazing. Yeah, absolutely. I think there's going to be so much information we're going to struggle to retain it all in our minds.
Yeah, we will work together, Katie, so we'll be able to discuss on it as well.
Yeah, I'm actually super excited for the workshops. I know there is let me read this, but Lego Serious Play workshop that I was really looking forward to. And there is another one which is on futures thinking, so one on transition design for sustainable futures. I think those two are really exciting to me just because I come from a background of, say, foresight strategy and systems thinking and service design. I want to see how that all integrates together. And I've seen that in US. but I wonder if there is a different approach in Finland and other European countries.
Yeah, and I think that integration with other areas is something that service design does very well, right? And I think so.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see also from different perspectives how people are integrating. So those are for sure very exciting for me also. What about you, Emma?
So I've been part of the organizing team for the virtual experience for the conference. And so I think most of my excitement is towards this virtual part and also combining actually the online experience with on-site. And so I've been working with doing some kinds of small sessions, just talking kind of coffee sessions and discussions with the speakers and other guests, talking, yeah, about like just random topics about service design or related to Helsinki, for example, or Finland. So I guess, yeah, this is what I'm the most excited about, like having people come talk about these different topics and having online attendees be able to also like take part of the conversations. Yeah, and kind of create bonds even though we're all in different places, countries, etc.
Yeah. And we actually have an online workshop this time also. So people that are digitally can participate on this first pre-start kind of the conference for the first time. And if you can
Definitely.
give us a little bit of a sneak peek maybe of what you have been doing a little bit for the digital side of the conference, what is the thing that you're like the most excited for people to see in 1 week?
Oh, good question. Well, so these kinds of small sessions that I talked about, these are called olohuone sessions. That means living room in Finnish. You don't need to try and replicate and reproduce this word. But yeah, so these are a concept that we came up with to try and align the online with on-site experience. So that would be one way to like bring everybody together. Then we have this Miro board that both online and on-site attendees will be able to use and kind of follow through and also do activities during the conference. Of course, all the streams will be all the talks will be streamed on our platform on Ring Central. And yeah, and just try to make it like this year. This is kind of the biggest goal of the conference, to align the on-site with online experience. And to have it kind of omnipresent, like the online people will feel like they're part of the conference, and the on-site attendees will know and like be reminded from time to time that there's still like online attendees. So yeah, this is kind of how we thought of putting everybody together, having the Miro board, the Olonhune sessions. Yeah.
That sounds great.
I'm going to add a little bit to that because I've kind of been working with the rest of the team on looking at what the experience on both sides is and how can we integrate that. So we're working with the in-person team and then essentially try to bring that kind of engagement also digitally, mostly through social media platforms and such. And we've a lot of things prepared where we want to have that cross interaction, and we know that like excitement is absolutely contagious and all the curiosity can just flow through and have those really exciting discussions across them. I know that we also have a lovely, like as we were telling, this is the first time we're doing a hybrid workshop, and I'm super excited to even see that. So yeah, that's kind of where I have been engaging with people. And then I guess Felipe can tell us more about, why don't you tell us more about the interviews and I guess a lot of the community voices of people that you'll be meeting in person. What does that feel like?
Yeah, I mean, I was there in the conference also in Berlin last year, so I had kind of that already experience, and I think it's crazy just meeting so many of the people that maybe you look up after or you read books about. I have, like, for example, this service design doing signed by four, no, three of the four authors because they were there last year. So it's just like an amazing opportunity, I think, also for young professionals and everything, just to meet so many of those people that are so high up in the industry, and it's such accessible in that sense. for when if you're digitally. I had a little bit more of the experience digitally with the young talent board conferences in the beginning of the year, and I think those really transcend to another level when we have these hybrid events with the global conference. So I'm very excited right now to re-meet a lot of people and meet all of you also, which I have been working for the past months, but I haven't met in person yet. So I think it's just a great place to start connecting with everyone.
Absolutely. And I think this is going to be like one of the highlights because, like you say, we've been working together for so many months now, and it'll be weird that there won't be a screen between us. So, but I encourage the community as well. Like, if you have any ideas or things that you want to see from the conference, like, hopefully all of us will be there. But yeah, just put them in the comments, and we'll try our best to document and bring some excitement as well. Because we're really excited. I'm very excited. Feel like
exactly. Yeah, I was part of the Berlin conference, but for example, I was not part of Copenhagen, and I heard it afterwards, right? So I had a friend that was just telling me, "Oh yes, there was this big conference in Copenhagen." At that point, I was living 3 hours away. I was like, "Oh gosh, I missed that." But then you always have the next year or the Young Talent Board conference also. So I think we are going to be a little bit these anchors there for the community. So if you're watching this live or later on, just leave a comment below. What do you want to see? What do you want to try to understand and experience? So hopefully maybe next year or in a couple of years, you have the opportunity also to be joining the conference either online or on site.
Yeah, definitely. Last year, I think also the conference was broadcasted to different time zones to kind of accommodate to different people from all around the world. This year, because we wanted to include the online people more with on-site attendees, we decided to keep it with the same time zone so that there can be kind of direct interaction. But again, just keeping an eye on the feedback, the comments from the attendees, seeing what they prefer. We're trying different approaches, and we just want to know which one is the best. So yeah, every year we look very, very carefully at all the comments, the feedback that we got from the previous conferences to try and make the next one even better. So yeah, I'm excited to see how this one is going to turn out.
Yeah, 100%. And I would take this moment also to let everybody know that even though the on-site tickets were sold out last week, I believe we still have digital tickets that you can get. So if you're as excited as we are about this conference, have a look on the QR code below and see a little bit if there's any keynote speakers or anybody, or if you want to meet us, we are going to be also working at the conference.
Definitely. Isn't the conference this year the biggest it's been in terms of number of attendees, actually?
Yeah, I believe so. I don't know if you have the numbers on top of your head.
I don't, but yeah, just the fact that it's sold out and that I think we exceeded our goal this year of attendees. So yeah, big applause.
Yeah,
It's even more exciting this way.
Yeah, 100%.
If anyone is coming to the conference, Gabriele and I will be manning the booth. So come and stop by and we'll happily talk to you.
Yeah, there'll be also lots of other ambassadors or followers joining online that will help managing the community online. Among them, all our peers like Alvin and the other member of the community you already had the chance to encounter and to come cross by during our community voices lives during the past period. So it'll be a nice occasion to both listen and meeting experts and then talking with us and interacting with insiders from Service Design Network, both online and offline.
Yeah, definitely. And just so you know, the conference is not just going to be at one place. Like, I don't know if we mentioned this, but there are going to be a lot of like side events and stuff that is happening. One of them is like going to different Finnish design companies and actually engaging with them and potentially doing like a little bit of brainstorming with them. So that is super exciting just in terms of networking, just getting to immerse in the culture and being in the spaces that how like design might look different in the country. So you should definitely like either try to absorb there whoever is going in person. So we're super lucky to do that, and everyone who's joining us digitally as well. Like I'm sure you get to network with so many different people. So don't miss out on this opportunity.
Yeah. Are you joining some events? Do you have some event to advise Sudeshna? Or do you find out something we should attend? Or
Pardon? Sorry, Gabrielle. I didn't get that.
if you got some kind of event, so if you can suggest us some events you'd like to attend, or so to meet also the community, like these studios, if you got some insights about that.
Yeah, I think there are a couple of them. There was one about environmental sustainability that was pretty cool, and it's like, and then there was one at Silly Labs, I think, where they would be doing it more in their company, and we will be able to go there. Apart from that, also there are more like co-creative walks and things that we will be taking around Helsinki, and just engaging with your peers and discussing about design. So it's a lot of different things that they've organized, and I'm super excited to experience them because it's my first time there. So I know, Felipe, you have gone there before. Were they certain side events or things that you enjoyed as well?
Yeah, 100%. I think there's a lot of similarities from the Berlin conference. Of course, it was just 1 year ago, but as Emma was saying, also probably the events right now are going to be even better. Getting all the feedback from the attendees from last year. But I did attend. I don't remember the company now, but I did attend one of the kind of mingle in the company after Thursday on so the second day of the conference, and it was a lot of fun just to see a little bit the environment where they work at, but also in a much more relaxed context. So they were there in their place of work, but they were just a more let's talk and let's meet other people and everything. And from what I remember of other people telling me, each company was quite unique in how they approached their company nights, and I think that really reproduces also from seeing how the different companies kind of show how they can add value to the conference in a way. So it was a lot of fun just discussing with my fellow volunteers from last year, just which ones should we go, like, oh, this one looks cool, this one looks cool, and then just having to choose one in the end. It's always a little bit of a hard choice.
Yeah, I know it becomes so hard. It's overlapping most of the time. Katie, were you saying something?
I was just saying it's the hardest choice to pick what to go to because there's just everything sounds amazing, and it's so, like you say, there's so much choice and variety in the topics and the agencies or the spaces that I was trying to figure out. Can we like maybe like organize a shuttle and then just go and do like a lap between them all? I think we also need to sleep, so.
Like all the places where to go, so you have always to manage and to find out places. This morning I found out something else, and so
yeah.
stuff.
My calendar is looking very full.
Yeah, indeed.
Emma, do you have some like golden nuggets for us? Where should we go and stuff like that? Because you've been in Finland for quite a while now, and you know the area. So do you have some?
It's true. I mean, there are a lot of things, nice things to see in Helsinki and to go and visit. To be honest, in my personal opinion, is Helsinki is a better city to live in than to visit, because it's a lot about the way of life and just like the quality of life in a way that differs the most from other countries. So yeah, I think just experiencing the city as of going where you would go usually at home, for example, but then in this city. So going to a cafe, going to like libraries or like joining events, these kinds of things. Actually, one of our Olohuone sessions is going to be the first one. Actually, is going to be about what to do in Helsinki and in Finland. So if you guys want to attend and get some tips, one of our special guests will be talking about her favorite places, and you will be able to just comment and add ideas. So yeah, I encourage you to join. But yeah, I think yeah, for me at least, it would be just going to different cafes, visiting the city centers of Cathedral. And I mean, I don't know for how long we will be there, but also going to Tallinn, for example, in Estonia is only 2 hours away. so yeah.
Yeah, I've been to Tallinn. I really suggest to visit it because it's very nice. Yeah.
It's really cute. Yeah, they have this little old town that's very, very cute. Also, Helsinki doesn't have an old town per se, so this is your way, like your little old town that you can go visit.
I definitely think our guests should visit city center of Helsinki before, because like there are lots of design related places like the Aalto Studios, the Aalto Home, and the Museum of Design in city center of Helsinki. So there are plenty of activities related to design, and as well we are going to a service design conference. We are participating to service design, helping shaping the world of service design. I guess that these activities would be much more like into the conference. I would have the guests to get closer to us.
That's actually a really fair point. Yes, in terms of design, there are actually also design museums. There's a design district. There's also the campus from my university, Aalto University, which is known to have its building, or some of them designed by Alvar Aalto, who thought of a lot of these architecture, but also design and the usage of buildings. So I really recommend going there, checking it out. There are guiding tours organized there, and also virtual tours that are possible. So for online attendees, it's still possible to go and visit the campus. So yeah, very good point actually in terms of design for sure, and architecture. There are lots of places to visit as well.
Amazing. That's a lot. I think we're going to be very busy, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah, I'm also taking like notes that I'm sharing.
Maybe Emma will. You could do a tour for us, and then we can.
Gladly. Yes.
Maybe we can, organize like an informal meetings of all of us and have a little trip, a little walk around the city center of Helsinki for the main spots with nice. Communities that would like to join us there.
We could do a coffee and Helsinki tour, just so we keep our energy levels high.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. And I mean, at this point, I'll open a little bit on questions. If anybody that's watching us right now have any questions about the conference, about Helsinki, about what we're excited about. And in the meanwhile, we just, keep talking. Let's see if anybody interacts here. So I think those are great places to just be in. There's so much great design here in the Nordics in general, and Helsinki is so famous about those specific things, right?
I guess one of my juniors was actually asking me something the other day that I didn't know, and I wonder if people who've already gone there know, in terms of like networking events, because most of them are like speakers and panelists, so you're listening to them. Which are like the networking events that they should be like looking out for and should be like, prepared? How do you network even in such a huge event when you have so many people that you engage with? So like Emma, or you want to chime in on that?
That's a tough one. I'm still figuring out how to do networking. I guess just, I mean, it's about
the Finnish way. That would be more interesting.
Yeah, even in a Finnish way, yes. Finnish people have this, they're known globally to be a little cold and distant. This is a stereotypical, reasoning, but anyway. I guess no, networking, you have to remember why you want to network and what you want to get from the networking. So, of course, when you approach and started a conversation with someone, you should keep in mind the reason why you want to have this conversation, and it should still be, honest and human. It's at the end of the day two people talking together and getting to know each other. So I think, of course, doing your research in advance as well, knowing, of course, who the people you're talking to are. For the virtual side, it might be a bit easier because there will be some kind of bio of like the different attendees, and them writing a short description, maybe their LinkedIn address or contacts or things like that. And also online, it's possible to actually network, like start a conversation online, starting a video call. So yeah, it might be easy in that way. And then in person, I mean, there's always something more, you know, in person when you're in contact, in present, face to face. So yeah, I think just like going with the flow and remembering why you want to network and why you want to talk to this person in particular. But yeah, if anyone wants to add more of this from what I said.
I mean, it's a great insight, actually, knowing most of all why you're doing it and the reasons why you are meeting that person specifically, so that you know there will be so many people there and everyone is interesting, everyone has something to say, which could really spark your mind as well. You need to focus and to narrow down your possibilities to meet the right person for you to speak with. So I get that what you said is really relevant.
Yeah, I think for me it's also just finding the spaces where you can just be open to connect with people. So for me personally, I really love just staying a little bit after somebody's talk, because a lot of times that's really the moment that they're like excited to get questions or get feedback or stuff like that. So they're quite open just to connect with you and talk with you a little bit. And I think those side events also, where everybody's a little bit more calm and relaxed, not so much going from one talk to the other, you really have the space to connect with them. And then having these things that Emma was saying in mind of why you're doing it, you just really have this, and then you have the space to do it. Then I think that's the perfect combination.
I think as well, remembering that, you know, everyone here is kind of interested in design, interested in service design, and it's such a welcoming community. So I know for some people, clearly I like to talk, but it can be a little intimidating at times. So, you know, there's always a warm-up period to these things, but like everyone else has said, like it's just people, and we've been really lucky to be able to speak to some like huge names, and they're so welcoming and just open to a conversation. So I encourage everyone to feel the fear and do it anyway.
Yeah, that is so true. Like even in a conference, I remember when I would sit alongside with people, no one would like even lean in and talk to the next person. And it's just those small things when you're like leaning in and you just ask, hey, what do you think about that, or what did you think about that talk, is just so important. And you start like a whole conversation that you can have. It's so important to do that. I remember on a flight when I was actually going and we were going towards the same place and we were attending an event, and it was crazy. I did not know the person beside me was attending it, but as soon as I started talking, I did. And we had like this whole plan for the rest of the event together, which was exciting. So you never know where. Keep reaching out. Don't be intimidated. And people are always excited to share their story.
Yeah, 100%. So I think you just getting the hook a little bit of what you're saying. Just thank you all for sharing a little bit of your story with the community today. And I'm very excited to meet you all in person next week, and also everybody that has been tuning in to the community voices for this past couple of months that we have been trying to create this community building together. Now we have this space in the conference to be able to connect more and meet other people that are very excited by service design also.
Thank you, Felipe, for hosting it.
Yeah,
Thank you, Felipe, for
Yes, thank
hosting
you.
us. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Everyone in Helsinki.
See you
Bye.
in Helsinki.
Bye. See you.
And to everyone that tuned in and stayed with us until the end of our this week's Community Voices episode, thank you very much for supporting us and for being interested into service design generally. I think the more people we have interested in this network, the more we can grow and learn from each other. So I'm very excited to be there in Helsinki next week with all these amazing people, and to meet a couple of you guys probably also. So have a good rest of the week and a weekend, and see you all there. Bye.